Let us start with the fourth question. A shopkeeper sells two varieties of rice. The superior variety is sold at rupees 18 per kg and the inferior at rupees 12 per kg. He decides to create a third variety by mixing 5 kg of the superior variety with 25 kg of the inferior one. What would be the average price of the new mixture? So we have a superior variety and an inferior one. Our rates are 18 rupees per kg and 12 rupees per kg. We have to find out what would be the average price when we mix them in such a way that 5 kg of superior rice is mixed with 25 kg of the inferior rice. So using the weighted average, we can find out what is the price. 18 multiplied by 5, which is the weight, plus 12 multiplied by the weight of inferior rice, divided by total weight, which is 5 plus 25. So you can say this is 90, this is 300 by 30. This will give you 13. So 13 is the average price of the new mixture. Let us try to solve it in another method wherein we don't take the absolute values as 5 and 25. Instead, we are only interested in the weights of the rice, which is 5:25 or 1:5. So you can use 1:5 in place of this one. In that case, price will be 18 multiplied by its weight, that is 1, plus 12 multiplied by its weight, which is 5. Total weight is 6. This will give you 3 plus 10, 13. So this is same as 13. So here the calculations is a bit simplified. And that is because we used ratio instead of the actual weights, instead of absolute weights. However, other than these two methods, there could be another method. See, 18 is one price and 12 is another price. If both of them would have been mixed in equal proportions, then the average price would have been somewhere in the middle, which is 18 plus 12, 30 divided by 2, that is 15. It should have been 15. But then the quantity, if you see the quantities of both the rice, this is 5, this is 25. The weight is much more compared to this weight. So this midpoint value or this simple average will drag towards the value 12. So any value which is less than 15, would be the answer, and there is only one answer, which is 13. So this method does not require even any calculation. You can practice this method in a lot of questions to find out if there is a way possible to even remove the possibility of doing any calculations at all. Hope you understand all the three methods. Thank you. Let us see the last question in this series to understand the concept of alligation and weighted average, and to also understand when to use which one. So now it says 16 liters of milk is mixed with 5 liters of mineral water. The price of milk is rupees 12 per liter and the price of mineral water is 33 per liter. The average price of the mixture per liter is, so the first method you can use is the weighted average, which will give you the price P as 16 multiplied by 12 plus 5 multiplied by 33 divided by total weight, which is 21 liters. Here this is 192 plus 165. So 17 is the average price of the new mixture. I mean the mixture of milk and the mineral water. However, You could attempt the question in this manner also. The mixing prices are 12 and 33. The midpoint will be somewhere over 12 plus 33 by 2, 45 by 2, which is 22.5. 22.5. Had the milk and water ratio been 1:1, the value would have been 22.5. But then we have a scenario where the weight is 16 and 5. Since this weight is more, the average will drag towards the value 12. So anything which will be lesser than 22.5 should be the answer. So we can reject out these two, 23 and 27, and we end up with 15 and 17, two values. Now from this point we can use the two options. So write 12 and 33 here. If you put 15 here, this value will become 18 and this value will become 3. So the ratio is 6:1, which is not the case. The ratio is exactly 16:5, and that's why 15 is rejected out, 17 is the answer. You can just verify 12, 33. If you write 17 here, 33 minus 17 will be 16, 17 minus 12 will be 5. So you have rejected out two options by saying that the value would be something lesser than 22.5, and you utilized one of the options and find out that the ratio is not what it is supposed to be, and you can finally conclude that 17 is the answer. So there could be two methods. You can also find out new methods on your own when you practice a lot of questions. Hope these 5 questions reinforce the concepts of alligation and weighted average for you. If you like the video, just visit online psa.in, which is our new project currently. There will be a lot of resources deluging the site, all for you. Hope that makes a difference to your score in the aptitude section for whatever examination you are preparing for. Thanks a lot.